It's time for Coke and strippers with T.O. Howdy folks, Steve here, KM9G. Stripper time. All right folks, my friends over at Kaiweets sent me this pair of wire strippers, and I wanted to share my stripper experience with all y'all and see how well these things work out. So these are supposed to be good according to the back panel for 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. That's a pretty broad range, but my other strippers are getting a little tired, so I figured I might as well try them out. So step number one is to get them out. And one thing that I think is pretty cool about this is it is a wire stripper, a wire cutter, and also has some crimpers built in. So we'll try all of those different functions and see maybe if it's time to retire these. These are good for 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 16, 22, and 20. These are a little bit broader ranged. Let's see. All right, we'll start off with some small stuff here. I've got some smaller wire. And let's run the wire cutter to clean the end off. Okay, that worked great. And then let's run the wire stripper. So there's a little gauge here that you can use to create replicatable strip sizes. So let's try it on its smallest and see what happens. Okay, that worked out pretty good. Let's try it about halfway. Well, first off, let's trim that end off again so you guys don't think I'm cheating. And that blade is replaceable, so if it gets dull, you can do the thing. So I put it into my stop. All right, it did the thing. That's about the right amount of measurement there. I'm happy with that. So one thing that stands out right away is that I can't tell what size wire it is without looking. So my old stripper says this is either 20 or 22 gauge wire, and it works fine with that. Perfect. Let's go to another size wire, and let's use the old one and see what size this is. This might be 14. Yep, looks like it's 14. Okay, so let's clean the end off of this. I did that the messy way. All right, it cleans that up just fine. Let's try maximum strippage. We'll clean this off the cleaner way instead of splitting all the little bits of copper everywhere. Okay, maximum strippage. That's kind of what I expected it to do, and that's not really that big of a deal because I've gotten the strip part here done. And so I just need to pull the rest of it off manually. No problem. Okay, that's good. Let's try some bigger wire. Does this have written on it what size this wire is? This is 12, and I don't even know, I guess this came off of an old radio kit or something, but it's a inline fuse setup. So I got 2 fuse holders, I got 2 black wires, 2 red wires, and they're 12 gauge, and I don't know who stripped that like that, but it's clean on the other side, so it probably wasn't me. And these have been tinned. So, interesting setup. Let's see how this thing works on 12 gauge wire. All right, you got to give it a little bit more strength, but it does the job. Yep, it does the job. Needs a little bit more strength, but it does the job. Okay, I'm going to twist that up a little bit. We're going to try some crimping. I reviewed a set of crimpers on the channel not that long ago, and they were pretty decent. Does it say what size? It doesn't say what size. Okay, so I need yellows for this. So we'll put this on. There's too much wire there. Let's make a mess. And we'll try, oh, well, there's your first clue. Yellow, red, and blue are all the same size. So they're already not going to be as good, but this is one of those things where it's probably not bad to have this as like an emergency backup or one tool in your toolbox. I slid right off the end because I was trying to be real close to the end. I mean, she's crimped on there. She's on there. She's on there pretty good. And then we'll crimp it down onto the insulation of the wire too to give it some extra strain relief. And I'll try not to get as close to the edge this time. Okay, she's on there pretty good. Let's do the red one while we're at it. Maybe this will turn into something useful in the future. I don't know. Let's try that much. Okay, that's on there. Okay, so we made some progress on those wires, and it handled 20-ish through 12 gauge wire, no problem at all. All right, I'd consider that a pretty good win. And it looks like these will get a replacement in my everyday go box, my everyday toolbox over these. And these can go back into the historical significance, the drawer of historical significance. These were pretty cool. I'm not sure whether these were my grandfather's or my great uncle's, but they were pretty cool. So we'll try these out for a while. I think that's pretty neat. The little eyebrows winking at you. Angry wire stripper. There will be a link for these down in the description below, and there is a video right over here I think you will find interesting next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.